Hey, what's up out there? So I thought I'd make this fun video where I'm going to discuss with you guys and making sense of the song I Want It That Way. So this song is easily one of my favorite songs. It's actually my longest reigning undisputed, longest lasting favorite song. From the age when I first heard I Want It That Way, that was the year I was turning 5 when the song came out. And so from that point onward, um until like my teens, it was no doubt my favorite song. It was no doubt my favorite song until I was like maybe 15. Because when I turned 15, I started having more than just one favorite song. And that's the same thing at this point in my life right now. I have multiple favorite songs. One being To Be With You by Mr. Big. So I can't say that it's ever been dethroned because still one of my favorite songs, of course. Every now and then I'll chain listen to this song. Still love it. Um, Now, this song is often regarded as a song that makes no sense. So why does it make no sense? And I've thought about this for a long time, but even before people thought it didn't make sense, I always made sense of the song, and I thought it did make sense. And I'll discuss how I made sense of it. But back in 1999 when they first came out with the song, the Backstreet Boys would try to explain the song after upon being asked what the song is about, and they would try to make sense of it. Like it was no big deal to them at first. I guess they thought about it, but basically, as AJ put it in one interview, he said that it's about a couple in a a couple in a relationship. Sorry, I'm mumbling my words. A couple in a relationship, and both parties want it their way. So there's kind of some complications going on in the relationship, and I guess basically what he's saying is that they're arguing over who's going to have to make the sacrifice in a certain area, whichever area that is. But so let me try to make sense of this song. So I think that's viable. Um, so reading the lyrics, right? You are my fire, the one desire. That's how it opens. So obviously, this lady must mean a lot to this guy. Okay, believe when I say I want it that way. So we don't know what that way means, whichever that way means. I don't think they ever really explain. But we are two worlds apart. Can't reach to your heart when you say that I want it that way. All right, so this is important right here, next part, because basically it explains that there's this big wedge between both of them because she sees something one way, I guess, or she wants it a specific way that just he can't possibly have. So, I mean, we can look at a realistic scenario where like maybe a couple has two different opinions on something or maybe like two different political views or something, and that's causing a massive wedge. You know what I mean? Um that's a realistic scenario. So that could be possibly a way that somebody wants it or something. That could easily happen. Like say, you know, you want to raise a family, but you have two different completely. You have like two different set of values or something, but you still really love the person. You know what I mean? That's also a really possible scenario. Okay, so tell me why it ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why it ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. They really made it seem like this dude is really annoyed by whatever this lady has been causing him. So ain't nothing but a heartache. So this really messed him up, man. Tell me why it ain't nothing but a so this guy's even talking to himself like this was a mistake. Being with you was a mistake. I never want to hear you say I want it that way. So like this guy's like really annoyed almost. No, I never want to hear you say that. I never want to hear you like whatever it is. Okay. So obviously this isn't like a happy song per se. This is like a breakup song. Am I your fire, your one desire. Yes, I know it's too late, but I want it that way. So, this is where I find that it doesn't make sense. Am I your fire, your one desire? So he's asking, right? Am I your fire, your one desire? So he's asking if he feels the same way that he does. Yes, I know it's too late, but I want it that way. So this is where it's kind of like, it's kind of funny to me, because I always read it this way. Yes, I know it's too late, but I want it that way. So it's almost like you can argue that am I your fire, your one desire? Like he's asking as if he's concerned, like am I your fire? Like, do you feel the same way about me? You could argue that, but then he goes, yes, I know it's too late, but I want it that way. So you can argue that maybe he's like, maybe he doesn't want her to feel the same way about him. But the way I read it for like a long time is that he wants her to feel the same way about him, but he wants it to be like, look, yes, I know it's too late, but I want it that way. That's suggesting that he wants it to be over, and he wants it to be over. Yes, I know it's too late. Like, I know it's too late for me to ask that, but I want it that way. You know what I mean? So what is that saying? That's almost saying like it's almost narcissistic in a way. Like, I want you to feel all this stuff for me, but I want to break up with you. You know what I mean? It's not like man, I hope that you can move on. Like, you know, that maybe, maybe your feelings for me um aren't so big that you won't be able to move on. Um, but I want it that way. So that's where it's kind of weird, you know? You said it was too late, but I want it that way. But again, I feel like it makes more sense. That's how I read it for most of my life, for much of my life anyway. Because that part sounds kind of weird. Yes, I know it's too late, but I want it that way. Okay, whatever. Let's continue on. I think for the rest of the song, okay, hold on. Let's just try to make sense of this. Okay. So, the chorus obviously is the same. Now I can see that we're falling apart from the way that it used to be, yeah. No matter the distance, I want you to know that deep down inside of me. Okay, so now I can see that we've fallen apart, okay? So they've fallen apart from the way that it used to be. So they obviously had some good times. There was a good period. No matter the distance, I want you to know that deep down inside of me, you are my fire, the one desire. Okay. So, so obviously, this guy's testifying how this woman, I guess, means so much to him. Means everything to him. But in the earlier verses, he wants to break up with her. He wants it to be too late. So, okay. Those are the two conflicting parts to me, AJ's part and the rest of the song. Because, okay, they've fallen apart. Okay, so things aren't good anymore. Okay. What's the song about? Okay, so that's where it kind of conflicts with me. Yes, I know it's too late, but I want it that way. I feel like I'm solving a puzzle. Now I can see that we've fallen apart from the way that it used to be. So it used to be good. Uh, no matter the distance, I want you to know that deep down inside of me, you are my fire, the one desire. So, um, like I don't know how else to explain that. So, am I your fire, your one desire? Yes, I know it's too late, but I want it that way. That's where it doesn't make sense. It makes sense, but it's like bad. You know what I mean? Like this person isn't necessarily like good because it almost feels like he wants this person to suffer. You know what I mean? Am I your fire? Your one desire? Like, am I your fire? Like, do you feel the same way about me? Yes, I know it's too late. Like, maybe it's too late to ask. Yes, I know it's too late, but I want it that way. So, okay, you can also, like I said, you can also argue, you can maybe have faith in the guy that he's asking because he's concerned. He's concerned that he feels the same way about her, and then that he would have heartache, that she would have heartache like him. So you might be able to say that. That's possible. Yes, I know it's too late. Like, yes, I know it's too late to ask, but I want it that way. Like, I want it because I want it to be over. You know what I mean? Yes, I know it's too late. That's why it's kind of weird. Yes, I know it's too late to ask, but I want it that way. Okay, let's say disons that um this like having better faith in the guy, he's probably asking in concern because he's worried about her having heartache too. Like, this is going to be hard. But I want it that way because he knows he has to let her go. That's what it makes it seem. Okay. So the context of whatever way this is different from before. So basically this way that in AJ's part, whatever, like the ad what I was going to say adjective, but whatever. I don't have the words to describe it. I want it that way when he says but I want it that way. So he wants it to be too late. Yes, I know it's too late, but I want it that way. So basically he's saying like it's too late to go back now. And he wants it to be too late. So basically he wants to break it off with her. That's what it seems. Okay? So, okay, let's make a sum up of this song. I think we've gone as far as we're able to explain. So, okay, so this is what I think the song could possibly be about. So, obviously, I think AJ was right. I think this is a breakup song about two people who are having conflict, each of them wanting it their way, but they can't find any middle ground, and so they're breaking up, or at least the guy wants to break up, and he feels as though being with her was a mistake. Obviously, it's causing him some heartache, and he doesn't ever want to hear her say that she wants it her way. He doesn't want to hear that. So it's like saying that he wished that she didn't have it her way in order for things to work. So, um, I don't know if, because in the song, I'm trying to think about the song, I don't think he is very particular about his way, but there's just no middle ground. There's no middle ground at all. So, and then AJ's part, which was the part that kind of made me think. So, he asks her if she feels the same way about him, to which she says he knows it's too late, but I want it that way. So he might be asking in concern because he's considerate about her feelings and how she feels about uh them falling apart, or them like maybe even breaking up. And he's, or either that, or he's letting her know. He's letting her know that like this is over. This is basically over, and he wants, like he wants to break it off with her. That's what I think. But he knows that no matter what happens, he's always gonna feel strongly for her. So I think the song is maybe about trying to make sense of it. Or you could look at it the other way that I was saying, that he's like this narcissistic guy, and he wants her to feel sort of like this pain because he doesn't want to hear her have it that way. Like, she pissed him off to the point where he actually wants her to feel something for him, and that when he breaks it off with her, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I know it's too late, but I want it that way. You know what I mean? Like, you can take it negatively if you wanted. So I think there's like a negative side that you could possibly read it as, or the positive side. And I guess it's up to you for your interpretation. I think most people would probably say the positive one, but I feel like the negative one is a little more obvious, but that's just me. So I think, okay, song A, it's about a guy who can't find middle ground with somebody and is concerned for her feelings, right? but he has to break it off with her, and he knows that no matter what, she's always going to be this big person in his life, like this person that he once loved, meant everything to him. Or B, he's a narcissistic guy, and she pissed him off to the point, like, obviously it really made it seem like he's annoyed, like, I never want to hear you say I want it that way, like, I never want to hear you say that you have to have it your way. I mean, that doesn't have to be negative, but, and then he says, like, yes, I know it's too late, it's too late to ask if you feel like all this for me, but I want it that way. And then it kind of goes, like, self-admittedly, even though he's breaking it off with her, she's always going to be, like, somebody that he really loved and whatever. You know what I mean? So I feel like you can see it in two different ways. You can see it in sort of like the negative way, and then you can see it in, like, kind of like in a positive note, or a more positive note. It's ultimately a sad song, really. It's not like a happy song. But yeah, I'm curious of what you guys think. So let me know in the comments section below, because I want to know how other people interpret this song. So I have kind of two interpretations of the song. And admittedly, I always saw it in like a negative way. Like, he has this self conflict of, like, trying to rub it in, but he admits that, like, he's always going to feel, like, massively for her. But I'm open. I'm definitely open. Like, I'm not really leaning on any side. I'm just saying, like, for most of my life, that's what I thought. So, anyways, let me guys know, song A, song B, or you can add your own song C of whatever you think. So, anyways, peace and love. Till next video, whichever that song may be. And actually, I know what song it's gonna be. It's a Boyz II Men song. So, if you love Boyz II Men, you're in luck.